Why did you want to come out here and do this?
Because I wanted to do something for you guys, because we do a lot of charity and I thought this was a good one to do.
And explain exactly what it is and what you've been trying to capture in the pictures you've taken out here.
I'm just doing some make some money for the guys and girls. It's as simple as that, really.
And how have you found it being out here?
How have I found it?
Yeah.
Well, I left it to the pilot, he found it. I just went with it. No, it's here, I mean.
It must be you've taken a lot of different photographs in a lot of strange places. How high on the list of strange places does this come?
Yeah, this is pretty wild. I mean, it's exactly how I thought it would be, but like 5,000 times bigger. It's the size that was the first get lost here.
And the people you've met along the way, what do you make of them?
Fantastic. All of them. All of them. There's one American spin doctor that I wasn't mad about, but the rest were great.
And if the internet serves me correctly, you did national service in the RAF?
Yeah, I was in Singapore and Malaya for a couple of years.
Has this brought back memories of your time in the RAF?
Well, I know what their badges mean, unlike the army ones, because they're pretty more simple to understand. But yeah, it has. I can't believe how much it's changed. You know, we lived in a swamp on one of the places. Unless you were a sergeant, no, you didn't get a mosquito in there. So I got malaria there. But they were all right. They gave me a couple of aspirins. How it's changed.
Yeah.
I think how it's much more democratic and men can interrelate with the officers and not all that snobbish to go on. So I think that's what's changed a lot. That's the biggest impression that, I mean, when I was in, I wouldn't look at an officer in case I got done for dumb subordination. But now it's all much more grown up and more civilised.
Have you done much or any in the way of photography of the military since that time?
Yeah, I've done a few things. We did a campaign with the commandos a few years ago. I've done, you know, I guess you call it war games with helicopters and things. I forget where, somewhere up north. That's about it, really.
What impression do you think you're going to take away from this?
How do you mean, what impression?
I suppose how you will remember what you've seen here and the people you've met here.
Well, photography is good for that because it keeps alive the past. I mean, you forget things, and then you even snap. You know, any time a visual image sort of reminds you of things that you forget because your brain gets overloaded, especially at my age.
It sounds like you've been fairly impressed with the people you've met and photographed.
Yeah, of course I am. They're heroes, all of them. Guys and girls.
I guess that you want to convey that in the photos that you're.
No, I'm going to make them all look like a bunch of. Of course, I'm going to make them look good.
I mean, from a photographer's point of view, is there anything specific you can do in the way you take those shots to convey that story and about those people?
Yeah, here we sort of have to wing it. You know, we do a picture this morning of great Joe, the helicopter pilot, and to do a picture like that, we'd probably take maybe half a day. But here we have to wing it in 10 minutes, so it's grabbing it. We're not doing art. We're trying to document how great these people are.
I guess for you, yes, as you say, normally you may spend half a day doing something. It's pretty challenging to come out here and do this in these conditions and these circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be such a perfectionist, yeah, but it's not about that, it's about them.
Have you enjoyed your time out here?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I've had a great time. I mean, really great time.